Hello and welcome to this Warno 1v1 game played on Two Lakes Duel between GucciGangHots playing as First UK Armoured, and he's going up against Forward 3000 playing as Berlin Command. So we'll go through the deck reviews, then we'll talk about the map, the matchup, the deployments in the game, and as always, timestamps in the description. Right, so these are the deck reviews. This is GucciGangHots' deck, and it's the best deck ever. It's the best first UK deck ever because it is almost identical to the deck that I made in the first UK guide. So you should check that out, and that will obviously explain why everything's in here. But he has made some mistakes here, or at least I believe them to be mistakes. First things first, these days, right, so this is always contentious. Like in the deck review, I had it in there. You can just swap it out for this. It's obviously matchup dependent. In this specific matchup, there is nothing to seed. So, but yeah, this is, since I made that deck review, I've started putting this in a bit more. But this forward deployed Milan 2, well, what's the point in this? You have a forward deployed Milan 2 here, and it's cheaper. It's 55 points at the start compared to 90. And it's like, oh, you get your money back. Yes, but that's not at the start, right? You got to get 20 points back, and it'll still be 70, it'll still be more. So you don't really want that. You want the Milan 1 in the Spartan MCT. I promise you, that's what you want. And then, yeah, Assault Pioneers and the FV432 rifles and the FV432. So I said in the deck review, because I had two cards of Assault Pioneers, I said you could swap one out for another card of Warriors or something, and that's what's been done, so that's all good. Apart from that, I don't really have any problems with it. If you want to understand why, oh yeah, this is at 2 vet, I prefer it at 1 vet because I like having 5 of them. If you want to understand why things are, oh, and this is law 80 instead of regular scouts, I mean, it costs you a lot more to get the recon out than if it was the regular scouts, because this would be 60 and that's 70. I mean, these are the parts where I disagree. It doesn't mean it can't work, it's just you do lose a bit of momentum there. It's the same reason why this is a Milan 1 and not a Milan 2. Yeah. So apart from that, it's basically identical. So there's not much to talk about. Watch that guide. That full guide on First UK is very comprehensive, and it cuts down on the need to make ridiculously long deck reviews. So now we've got forward 3000 playing as Berlin Command. Tough div to play this one. I mean, it's got some advantages, but I'd say it's definitely weaker than First UK. So we'll go through it tab by tab. First things first, you should have 2 cards of ATGMs, in my humble opinion. So I would get that in there somewhere. Let's have a look at CVs. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, I mean, you don't need 3 cards of supply on Berlin Command. You really don't. So just get rid of that. And when the CVs come in, right, when the supply comes in, just switch off the fuel. And then it's all good. And yeah, like you can get the bigger one if you want to be a little bit more cost effective, but actually it's the same cost efficiency because this is 250 supply for 10 points, and this is also 250 supply for 10 points, so never mind, I was just wrong. It does happen from time to time. You can pay 5 points more to get 2 more HP, but it is slower. You can get this thing, so you can just buy 2 at the start, and it's nice and cheap. Right, and if you want a wheeled CV, then you can just put this in a wheelie bin, carry this guy around. But like, this is a 3-point slot for 2 CVs, whereas this is a 1-point slot. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, just get rid of that. In the next patch, the MEP is going to 3 per card at this vet, so just keep that in mind and just leave it like that. I would. In like 24th US, you can like 2 vet it, but I wouldn't do that here. The MMG I'd just have it no vet. The suppression is going down in the next patch, but it's really not a big deal. And yeah, I think you want 2 cards of ATGMs personally, and if you obviously you can't, but it would be great to get this in an ATGM transport as well, and then you just do the 2 cards of ATGMs and the thingy-mabob. 2 cards of recoilless rifles is core. They're on 6th US now, but they used to be exclusive to this division and basically the best part about it. Card of Berlin rifles for law 80s. Light rifles law. So for 5 points more, you get 1 more guy and a better AT, but you lose a machine gun. But, I mean, I'd rather have the one more guy, and the transport's nice, the VAB transport, so although this is actually less availability, so well, maybe this does make sense. Uh, MP Patrol. Do you not get the one with the recoilless rifle? You don't? So what's actually the point in this unit at all? Like, you don't actually have any reservists to buff up or anything like that, so why have you got it? What's it for? Yeah. 8 guys with a flamethrower, or you can get, like, the flash or something. But yeah, I don't think you need this at all. You could get a second card of Berlin Rifles, or you could come back and get the Grenadier Voltigeurs. Even something like RAF Berlin, 40 points for 12 guys is really not bad. It's really not bad, and it's got AT. It's nice to sponge up bullets. You can bring 24 MMGs, unironically. I'm not making out. You could. You could, and it might work. Yeah, RT, 2 upvetted M109s, and then a mortar for smoke, and he's brought the wheeled one. I think that makes the most sense because it's faster tanks, so yeah, Meep Abrams, Chieftain at 1 vet. This thing is like your anti-infantry, and then like no P4 Milan or anything. It's quite surprising. No P4 Milan. This thing's okay, I suppose. I would 2-vet it. Would I? I mean, you only lose 2 availability. I would try 2-vetting it and see if it works. But, like, this is your anti-infantry tank. This is your anti-infantry tank. So do you really need this? Recon, so you've not got a recon helo, so that can be here now, right? Because that's what we swapped out here. But, you know, you might say, well, I don't have enough infantry now. But, I mean, I feel like you do. It's really all infantry. And you've got the Pissy Bees and the Sack in the Sonderwagen, which has very good optics when stood still because of security. The Fox is really not that great anymore at all, but, you know, what's your other option? This. It's actually the same speed, 20 points cheaper, longer range on the gun. Is this actually better? I mean, the Radon obviously can, like, pen things, whereas the HE on that tank gun's not going to really do much. And I suppose the Radon is 0.6 damage per bullet, whereas the... But that, you know, it's basically twice as much on the tank gun. It's interesting. It's worth giving a try, you know. I mean, it's got good stealth. Like, what have you got to lose from trying? So yeah, just try that, and I don't have to deal with the consequences, so I'm quite happy to recommend it. AA, so Minstrel. This thing is only good against infantry, really, at 2-vet. Because then you get the 20% accuracy of the Zwillinger. Rapier FSA at 1-vet, okay. Only 1 card of manpads is pretty rough on this div. Like, usually you bring the Stinger and the Minstrel. Because you are going to get air bullied. Although you've got 5 of these, so... No Hellarm? What the flip? What the fudge? Where's the Hellarm? Harrier AA, Harrier Rocket, 2 Nighthawks and the Seed. I mean, that's all pretty normal. But, like, we need to get some points on it. Is this a 1 point? Okay, well, down vet that. Big sad, right? But now you can actually bring the Hellarm. And if the enemy tanks come, you can actually do something about them. I mean, sort of a big deal. And then, like this, honestly, I just wouldn't bother. You've got these. You've got this and this, right? And then this. So if you want to kill infantry, you've got plenty of options. So I wouldn't really bother with this at all. I'd just get a second card of Stingers. Maybe I'm wrong. Let's cast the game. Right, so with that out of the way, talking about the divisions, like, First UK is better. He's on the better side of the map. But Berlin Command is really good in towns. So if you're the First UK player, right, sure, your forward deployment gets to both towns first. But Berlin Command is better in towns, and First UK is better in the late game. It's also better in the open because it gets more chieftains and stuff. So what you need to do if you're first UK, because I've been in a similar situation to this. It was first UK versus fourth Mott, and I was on this side as first UK, and there was a fourth Mott player here. And I was like, well, I'm on the good side. I could sort of go for both towns. And I got there first, but then he shows up about 10 seconds later with a lot of things that look a lot like this. It was the Fallschirmjäger guys, right? The Einsatzgruppen or whatever. In this case, it's the Pissy Bees. So if you're the first UK player, the strategy for this game should be, even though yes, you get here, you get to both towns first. It's incredible. You should just focus Zulu, and maybe put like one guy here and one guy here, and one guy here, something like that. Yeah, just like 2 units here, one there and one here, just to make sure that he doesn't go to X-ray. But yeah, so that's how you should do it, because if the Berlin command player gets in the town, which is basically his only goal in life, right? Berlin, of course, known for its urban environments, then you're gonna have a really, really tough time getting rid of him. And I know this from experience, right? So I'm not saying, well, why didn't he know? Because I didn't know. I made this mistake. So looking at the deployments, we got 3 Pissy Bees coming in here, straight into the town, right? Backed up by a supply, Sapper's Flam, Minstrel, Berlin Rifles. These are LOR 80 Brits. Light rifle, recoilless rifles. These are really good because the recoilless rifle can shoot at infantry and at vehicles. So, but the main thing is that if you're fighting an infantry fight and you've got this, well, not only does it outrange your opponents, but it's also just going to suppress the crap out of them. And deal a lot of extra damage. Obviously, the accuracy isn't great, but even when it misses, it'll still do a bit because it's an explosive. 3 20 mils, which they should be at 2 vet really if you want those to do anything, because they're the single gun ones. MP Patrol, Milan 2, 2 mortars for smoke, one smoking here, one smoking here, and an AMX-30B. Rifles leader for Ligma, Sec going over here. Not sure why he's put it there and not, like, here, but whatever. And the vehicle's going there. And then the rifles leader. But then on the other side, he's only put 3 units. So maybe this does make sense. It's... Either way can work. What he's doing can actually work, right? Because if there's nobody here, well, then he will get Oscar. He'll most likely lose Zulu. It just depends what you want to do. Because, yeah, if a few of these Pissy Bees were going into Oscar, who knows? But anyway, Fox for Oscar, and then just like a CV. And yeah, he's not really going for this at all. He's actually just abandoned Oscar, and he's got a Harrier for the ASF protection. Switching to their opponent, GucciGangHots played as first UK, and so he is going for this, and he probably will get it actually, because looking at that, there's not much there. So we got a Scouts LOR 80 coming in here, presumably to give the SAS patrol some AT cover in the town. Hellarm, AVRE, Tracked Rapier, Milan 2 SAS patrol, power over Milan. I mean, this Para Milan 2 I don't really agree with at all, because you've got the power over Milan, right? This shouldn't be in the deck, in my opinion. Sultan for X-Ray, and then presumably Oscar. Sultan for Alpha and Zulu. Tracked Rapier, AVRE, Chieftain Mark 9. And the, yeah, so he's put him on the roads there. Power over Milan going to here, because, yeah, this is the issue, right? If red gets to here, you lose the zone. Because you can't get people in anymore, you gotta come up here, and like one ATGM here will kill you. But incidentally, there isn't actually anything going here. So SAS Patrol, taking that spot with a Rover Milan. So this reinforcement road will presumably stay open. This is going to be pretty interesting. But yeah, so last time I played First UK on this map, I was on this side, and I did this, and I lost, because there was a 4th Mott player, and he just came in here and killed me. Now, if I had gone for Oscar, maybe it would have worked, so maybe disregard my advice. I don't know, there's just so many things in this game where it's like, yeah, let's just watch the game. It's time for me to thank the generous channel joiners, generously joining the channel. They get the names on the screen, they get the videos early, they get a Steam key for my game, Hearst Hero. Store page isn't ready, but the keys are going out. given out about 100 keys so far. That's not true, it's more like 80. There's 460 channel members. I'm very thankful for that. So, like, there's a lot of people not claiming their Hearst Hero key, guys. You gotta fill out the form. Anyway, Helm survives, because this only has the missiles on one bank instead of two, so it only fires one. The second one did fire, but it already passed the guy, so... What's going on here? Oh, it's because he put it on... Did you see that? It was on auto cover. So he stopped it so it would shoot, and the first thing it did was try and go in here, so it didn't shoot, because it can only fire when stationary. So, for whatever reason, auto cover takes priority over shooting things. Let's keep that in mind. So the SAS Patrol, they've got there first, but as you can see, there's a bit of an issue here. And he's got to here. So I don't rate Blue's chances at holding on to this. Oh, first tick bomber. Not given a target. Oh man, this thing's going home. So that's a waste of a minute, so that was a really bad purchase, man. That was really not smart. So his first minute, he just bought a bomber, and it didn't accomplish anything, so it's really not great. This is actually not a bad spot. Anyway, the AVRE is probably screwed, because, yeah, it'll just get stunned up. Like, even if this... Although he's going to run out now. Now he should just swap this one over, yeah, and it's probably never going to shoot. Oh, it's aiming. Oh, is he going to manage it? Okay, it did shoot. And now it's dead. So, yeah, bit of an issue here, right? This Sultan could come around here, I suppose. But he's taken this side, so maybe I was wrong. I don't know, I mean, if he'd gone whole on this side, he wouldn't have this side, right? But he might have won on this side, so... There are, you know... All roads lead to Jerusalem, or whatever. So this wasn't great. I mean... So he did actually get one of the Pissy Bees, but he only had 2 HP. Basically, he ran into a group of... Because the Pissy Bee is almost identical to the SS Patrol in its anti-infantry capability, but it's got one more MP5. And obviously the SS Patrol is a lot more expensive because you're paying for the ground surveillance radar. Basically, if I was playing blue this time, after what I did last time and it didn't work, I would have put 4 SAS Patrol in here at the start. And then, who knows, maybe I would have got this, but I wouldn't have this, so... I'm really surprised this guy brings his rifle leaders in FV432s. I didn't realise that in the deck review. Why is it in that and not a truck? Does it enjoy being slow? I mean, it's very... I suppose the idea is it has its own smoke, but it's literally half the speed. Oh no, does it come in a Rover or a Bedford? Bedfords are slower. Look, 65. Who knows? Surprised I didn't notice that in the deck review, but... Okay, so Rover Milan must have got that. I mean, this is not going to work, basically, because, like, you don't have any support for this. Even if he gets in, he'll die, and then what? And, like, usually somebody buys a plane to deal with this, but he doesn't actually have to, he can just sort of wait. The thing is, Red might buy a plane and blow this up. I'm so glad this map did not make it into the next map rotation. I need to do a video on that, actually. I need to do a lot of videos. They announced an updated roadmap as well. You guys really seem to like the secondary videos I make, like the shorter ones that are just like, here's some news, here's a quick thing. I mean, if the views are high, then obviously that means people want to see it. So I should do more of it, right? Give the people what they want. Coilless rifle goes down here. These are the best part of Berlin Command. They're shared by 6th US now, which is a shame. They used to also have like 10 or 11 guys. Anyway, they're really nice because they're recoilless rifle. I should probably... Whoa. There's like a very, very dedicated Berlin Command lobby. It consists of like 3 people. Waffles, Pasta, and Swangelis Gunter, who has since switched to play Ruger. But they just constantly tell me to play Berlin Command. It's really something, man. I feel bad casting this game because it will only embolden them to yap more about Berlin Command. So, yeah, I mean, he gets in, he smokes, but, like, if you're in... Smoke has a vision range of 50 meters. How do I explain that? If you're in a cloud of smoke, you can see 50 meters throughout the smoke. So if you're close enough to the smoke, it doesn't actually work. The way the Warno vision system works is very strange. But yeah, you'd expect the tornado to win here. What the heck? That was close. So yeah, this thing will eventually win, so you want to hide behind that building, basically, before you lose too much HP. And then, if the enemy jumps into that building, where you satchel him and jump back in the building, kill him, and then jump out again. Or you just stay behind the building, but being in the building gives you like 50% cover, so... So, this is the... he's going for the AA. Has the AA moved? Or is it just... It's a Warno AA moment there. Tracked Rapier getting a hit on a 40% UCM plane. Couldn't really expect that, but... This is making me want to play Warno. But I've noticed that, like, if I play it when I'm tired, I just kind of lose, and, like, I need to make the videos, right? I can't, but, you know, some of the videos are playing, but that's cope, man. There's a lot, I have, like, a list of videos this long that, actually, it's way longer than that. It depends on your font size, I suppose. I need to make those videos. Need to cover the Broken Arrow stuff as well. Somebody leaked something in Broken Arrow. Anyway, let's actually talk about the game. So it is, you know, blue has taken this, and red has taken this, which I predicted successfully. And blue has taken this. Obviously, if you have perfect vision, it's kind of easy to predict things. Oh, there's 5 times as many units going that way. So this is kind of rough for blue. Now, I mean, it's cool that you can actually see this. You see the power of the strikers are really not so bad, and this thing won't actually one-shot that. So even if it, oh, it's not even in range. Like, it misses a lot, but it will fire 10 missiles, so it's... It missed again. Ah, he went too far back. He should have just sat right behind the building, because then the satchel would get him. The satchel would get him. Now he's in the open, where he doesn't have the satchel advantage. And also this thing can, like, curve the bullet and so on. He's not making it out of that. The sniper will get him. Anyway, yeah, this guy, I don't know, this striker just missed a lot. So what do you do if you're blue in this situation? I think, first things first, you should probe this. But yeah, the Nighthawk's going to be a problem. You actually basically need to constantly have a tornado up. So there's 4 tornadoes in the deck for a reason. And that's because the British AA is crap. It's not actually as bad as Berlin Commands, which is technically also British div. That's such cope, man. Anyway, this is the guy from before. He's here to redeem himself. So yeah, you need to make sure that they don't push you through here if you're blue, because this is where Berlin Command is strongest, in the forest and in the towns. So yeah, you need to check this out, but obviously there's people there now, so... And you just sort of work this side, I suppose, because you're stronger in the open. You're stronger in the open, so you should work this side. The main thing is to not rush. Right, you've got the tick and so on, so like throw a few more units in here, like there should be an ATGM up here, right, there should be another, and maybe move that AA up, take this, right, like throw a minute sync in there or whatever, or half a minute here, half a minute there, twice, because otherwise you just lose all your guys here and then you lose the position. These Gazelle rockets, these are smart because he can just kill all that. He should have like a recon one with them, it is there, but... And there should be a minstrel in this little grouping to stop this from happening, but obviously hindsight's 50-50, as they say. And now it's just a matter of sieging the town, which is obviously a total pain in the arse. No matter what you're doing, like, this map is really not great. So, yeah, like, you get a... The thing is, does he actually have any SAS patrol left? I think they might have all died. Yeah, you see, this is the idea behind the tornado. You just leave it up, and then the Nighthawk can't drop its... Obviously, it's probably not going to come and kill you, and you shouldn't really dive it, because there should be a bunch of man pads. But obviously, like here, there's not going to be anything. If you dove over here, you probably die. But yeah, the Gazelle rockets, you don't want to get them too close, because that's going to happen. You're going to run into the AA. Right, we're back. Sorry about that. I'm just such an in-demand person. You know, just so popular, etc. Anyway, not sure how this got over here, but it's not a good idea really, because it's a very expensive squad and it's just going to get shot in the open. Oh, okay. But this is on holding fire, so So he's going to use a bomber instead, which, okay, fair enough. That's probably the safest thing on the map to use this on, because I suppose here, this one would be okay. Because there's lots of minstrels and stuff over here. So yeah, if you're blue, you just kind of want to drag this out and just take trades, try and fight in the open where you're strong, like this warrior replete, really showing the work it can do against all this crap. Both sides buying the M109s now. It's the same thing. I know one's British, so it's got smoke on it because they fit smoke launchers to them. Incidentally, still has the 50 cal. Yeah, interesting. Where's the smoke? Oh, there it is. Oh, it makes a beep sound. I think. That might be my computer exploding. Anyway, so if you're red, right, you want to push this, like, a lot. Because this is where blue can't really hurt you. You want to get a bunch of minstrels in here, and the pissy bees, whatever, you know, if you got a couple left, and, like, you know, swap this, well, actually leave that there if you want, and just move through here, because red's infantry is way better than blue's. Berlin Command's infantry is a lot better than 1st UK's infantry. And conversely, if you're blue, you want to be fighting where he is fighting, actually, so obviously it's a pain in the neck because of the all the ATGMs, but basically, yeah, you try and get like an SAS patrol as close as you can, because it's got the ground surveillance radar, and then you should be able to see it a bit better. But yeah, I mean, blue really needs to make sure he doesn't lose this, because like there's nothing left, there's nothing here. He's losing all his stuff. So the Chieftain Mark 10 in this game is identical to the Mark 11. I think the difference was they gave it night vision or something in the Mark 11, something like that. But apparently that doesn't give you more accuracy, just makes you the same in this game. Because the pack tanks didn't get night vision, so they don't bother doing that, right? Anyway, this is a 2-vet, which is why it's been hit now. So, so yeah, if you're blue, you kind of want to fix this, and then push this kind of angle and hold this with a bunch of assault pioneers and rifles, basically. And if they get too close, use the bomber on them. Coming in from the side like you did, because it bombs in a line. You cut both of these guys and kill them, while not exposing yourself to the AA back here. But yeah, red really needs to, like, this is not obviously a good idea. It should have unloaded here, but he really needs to be pushing this forest a lot. That's his route, because this is a +2. He's strongest here, and, you know, he can use the cover of the trees to hide a bunch of AA, so when the plane comes, he kills it. Like, he will lose his infantry unit at the front. Maybe 2 if they're like that, maybe even 3. But the idea is you kill the plane costs 275 points, the infantry are 55 points each, right? You lose 3, it's what, 170, right? So yeah, exactly. But you would still be traded positively if you had a bunch of minstrels here. It does take time to set up, it requires you to kind of slow down a bit, stop doing what you're doing, which is just kind of YOLOing everybody forwards constantly, which is a hard habit to get out of, let's face it. In the meantime, you need to stop the enemy attack here, which is happening. There's a variety of ways you can do that, ATGMs, but then if blue starts smoking or whatever, then you just get a couple of those Berlin rifles, like, here, because basically blue will only ever be able to take the edge of the town, unless he gets to, you know, he gets to here or here, which is going to be very difficult, like getting there. Getting here seems a bit more possible, but even then you can still bring him down this road. Because as soon as you fight in the town, Berlin Command's going to win again, because it's got the better infantry. So it's an interesting matchup, particularly on this map. If you're on like Vertigo or something, I think Burcom would just be screwed, but here I think they've got a decent chance. My money's still on the 1st UK though. But yeah, Burcom, he needs to be doing this. He needs to be doing this. So both sides have the mortars for smoke. But, like, you gotta move it after you shoot it, otherwise... I'm not sure what's going on there, I mean, you just play into that. But yeah, if you're blue, you want to kind of maintain... Well, you want to push up as much as you can, but, like, getting to here would be nice, because that's very narrow, so they can't really get past you. So, this doesn't have anti You know, it's just a HMG. It's just an MMG, sorry. So Mark 10 loses to Mark 9. Just because I'm not sure why, really. Might have missed a round or something. This is fired 2, this is fired 13, apparently. Obviously not all at once. So yeah, at this point, like, both sides should have both howitzers and a CV next to them. Like, this Sultan, just put it next to that. This shouldn't be here, it should be way further back, because this guy should be able to see that. Like, he can't because he's not a recon. And yeah, like, this is really not great if you're blue. Like, you need to put some people here. This is really not ideal. What the fuck? That was just kind of poor micro from Gucci Gang. Obviously, you don't want to get too close to these things. But he kind of, like, didn't right-click him, I think. Just, like, this one just kind of flew past. It's weird. But yeah, blue really needs to put some more guys in here. Like, these, like, all these 762 teams, there should be, like, one there, you know, one there, something like, or one here. Because, yeah, this is, I mean, he's going to lose this zone. We are watching this happen in real time. There's nobody here to stop this. And yeah, the tornado should be out preemptively, right? Because the point is you have the range advantage, and incidentally, the tornadoes get exceptional air optics, so they can see the planes when they're at the back here. So the tornado should be out preemptively, not retroactively. Should just have it circling constantly. If you're worried about the fact that it keeps flying over things, like, I just shift click a bunch of orders back here, but apparently I've been told that if you turn off fire at will, then it won't actually do that. But then when you right click near a helo, it's not going to fire its missile, I think. So I don't do that. So yeah, this doesn't drop because he's lost. Like, this is a catastrophe. Obviously, these are just evac'd that way, auto selling that way, and he's going to lose 60 points there. It's Chieftain getting blown up by Raden at close range. I assume this hit it first. That's why it lost all its HP. So, like, where's the infantry? You know, there it is, but, like... Yeah. Particularly on a map so narrow, there's... Okay. I mean, he obviously wasn't going for that, but it bombs in a line, and that was there. So there goes the CV, which buys him a lot more time, actually, because, well, yeah, now what? So another thing you could do is, like, the Gazelle rockets could be resupplied, brought round, blow all this up. This has no rounds. Can't actually stop these coming in. But yeah, this is a nightmare if you're blue. You don't want to be fighting in the town against Berlin commands. You're just not going to win. So like, what's the point of this? What does this accomplish? Are you trying to... I guess it's because he's trying to move these up without him being shot, maybe? Like, even, like, so all these, why not just get all these and just send them over here? You have an urgent operational need here. This thing with the trucks is hilarious, man. I mean, they're coming up here, and then they're going back down there and getting blown up by these infantry or something. Because look, it's getting capped, and then it'll go down here. I mean, the guy that was here is dead now, right? But... So... Yeah, I mean, Red's coordination on this was just a little bit off. He got the bombers, and then the guys came in, but basically the bombers should have... The guys should have been about to come in, and then the bombers come in, and you can, like, fly a recon helo on that ahead of time. It's obviously very hard to get the coordination right, because they all go at different speeds. But basically, he's given blue enough time to get 2 minutes income in here before the next wave arrives, so he's lost all his momentum. Losing that CV was absolutely killer, man, because if he'd kept that... If that hadn't been killed by that bomb, he'd be like 200 points up now, and then he wouldn't have to push for the rest of the game, he'd just have to defend, so... War is chaos. I keep getting recommended these videos. It's been a while now, though, but it's like, what did the Germans think of the American army? Or what did the Germans think of every allied army? And you could tell an American made it, because they're like, you know, Soviets bad, Brits okay, Americans amazing, Americans so scary and crazy, and oh my gosh, the war is chaos and the American army practices chaos on a daily basis. This isn't what the Germans thought about the Americans at all. I've got a book about that. Where is it? It's called Reaping the Whirlwind. Really good book. They actually thought the Americans were all grossly incompetent, but they just had infinite ammo cheat. You should read the book, it's really good. And he's like, these guys are idiots, but they've just got infinite stuff. So it's a really funny read. Anyway, so next CV comes in, and like it should go down here, but like you need to get these in the buildings and stuff. That if this gets blown up next to that, it actually does panic it, so you do have to watch out. Double CV coming in here. Tracked Rapier having no joy against this Harrier. But look at that, you can use these bombers as like that, right? He's got to be careful because there's a bunch of Rapiers back here, so he might drop the bomb and then die, but I guess he feels he doesn't really have a choice. And as long as, yes, he peeled off this way, which means, you know, it doesn't fly over these. Like the range on, what's he doing? Giving the enemy a fighting chance, right? I should make my own clickbait YouTube video. What did the Germans think of Allied armies? But no, this channel only exists because of Americans, so we have to, you know, be nice to the Americans. Otherwise, we have to go get a job. I mean that unironically, by the way. This channel exists on American tipping culture, so American tipping culture good, America good. Venezuela bad. There you go. Said what we have to say now. We can get on with the video. So, he's managed to push him out of here. He was given some time, right? The Berlin-Com player, like, if he'd come in, like, really hard on this, he probably could have taken it. But, he is points up. It would be a draw if it ended now. I think it has to be 100 points difference. So, it's 5%, which is 100 points. Rocket planes don't work properly against buildings and stuff because... like, because they try to... a bomber will just bomb a position, like drop the bombs on a position. The rocket plane tries to get LOS on the position. So if you click on the back of the house, right, just try and follow me here, it needs direct line of sight. So if you click on the back of the house with a bomber, the iron bomber, whatever you want to call it, the dumb bomber, which is smarter in this case, doesn't need line of sight to drop that bomb. But the rockets are a direct fire weapon, so they need line of sight. So if you click on the back of a building, it just never drops it. That also does happen to the regular bombers sometimes. It's sort of a pain in the neck. It can lose you games, right? Having bombers that come in and just don't drop their bombs. But what can I say? Generally, there are other things that can lose you games. Like, so if that happens, it kind of that shouldn't be the thing that costs you the game in isolation. There's just always loads and loads of other things you could have done differently. But yes, a bomber missing at a crucial time, which that was not really, but bomber missing at a crucial time can really mess you up. If it just refuses to drop the bombs on a big long conga line of guys and then you just don't win, it's like, oh, okay. Had that happen in a tournament recently. But probably would have lost anyway, right? It's just if that happens in the moment. It's not great. Anyway, need to start pulling these back, right? So that they don't die. Okay. Is he going to pull them back now? Typically, you'd want to get them sort of, you know, a bit further back. So like this could be repassed to there, and then you just land these here, and just completely forget this existed, and never resupply that, which is what I usually do. But yeah, this is just getting harder and harder for Red, but like Red doesn't need to push, so I'm not sure why he is, really. Well, I am, because I do the same thing, but... So another thing you could do is like bring these mortars over. They're wheeled, right? They're on wheels. You just bring them over, and then you could... you know, smoke, and then... Or smoke like here, and then run a bunch of great infantry in there. Because like, he does win the infantry fights. Or he should, right? Assault Pioneers are, you know, not bad. I mean, they're not... They're just very average, actually. But they, you know, they're exceedingly mediocre. But they're not terrible, right? Obviously, if you have more of these than there are enemy units, then you're probably going to win, right, in a fight. You always got to watch out for these 80. So like, yeah, once it hits, then he needs to move it into the building. He's going for the tall building, or he was. No, he is. The church, because religious people can see further than atheists. Not said that one in a while. Oh, so he has brought these over. Oh, he is doing it. So yeah, smoke's the ultimate leveler if you're a close-range infantry div. Basically, it just comes down to how well you can use smoke. This is obviously a lot harder to pull off as a strategy than buying a T-72 and then buying a BMP-1 and just doing that. 2 BMP-1s, 1 T-72. I suppose 1 T-72, 1 BMP-1 with the infantry. Just doing that every minute tends to win you a lot more games. It's just kind of a bit more straightforward. I lost to a T-72 div recently, if you can't tell. Anyway. But yeah, getting into... Particularly if you're on the weaker side, like, taking these towns, if you don't get them at the start, is rough. Like, he's doing the wrong thing. He tried here, it didn't really work out. He should be coming down here. This is because he wouldn't get caught out in the open, which is what's currently happening. He's just sat in the open getting shot. And the tracked rapier numbers are starting to build up. Like, these should all move now, but there's been a, you know... This isn't immediately punishing that, so... As the game goes on, people tend to make more mistakes. Because there's more units, and you're tired. So yeah, Red really attacking in the wrong place, not playing to his... I mean, being in a town is an advantage, right? The big airwave is his advantage. He could have timed it a bit better though. Like he had an opportunity because the map isn't that big, right? So like, where can you attack? You can attack here, and you can attack here. That's basically it, right? I mean, once you own this, then you can sort of branch out a bit more, right? And same with this, you could come down here or down here. Or up there, or down there. But in general, this is the choke point, right? This is the narrow part of the map, and they put 2 towns on it, surrounded by open fields. The early maps they made were really kind of bad, let's face it. But the newer ones, I think, are pretty good. I mean, they might be, like, a little bit imbalanced, like, one side might be a bit stronger, but the terrain is really nice on the newer ones. Like, even Creeders, like, it's grossly imbalanced, but as the terrain, like, it is a pretty map. You're fighting up this big hill. Obviously, it'd probably be better if both sides were, you know, on opposite sides of a hill, or they were both on the middle of the slope, as opposed to one guy gets to fight up the hill and the other guy gets to peek over the top, shoot his resupply road, and then go back, but it is what it is. So, yeah, blue, I mean, you need some javelins in here, really. There's a reason those are in the deck, because they can get a lot closer to the front because of, you know, they can hide in the buildings and they got the exceptional stealth, whereas the tracked rapiers, you know, yeah, they kind of have to sit back here, because if they get too close, a tank one-shots them. Whereas the javelins, paradoxically, 2 infantrymen can survive a tank shell a lot better than 1 vehicle. If that, because obviously you hit the vehicle, it's just dead, whereas the infantryman can lie down, etc. But yeah, you can see what blue's going for here. Okay, so he's got the smoke mortars, he's smoking this, and he's smoking that. I'm not sure what this smoke is for specifically, because isn't that where you want to be pushing? So you want your fire support to be able to see there. I don't know, it depends where he wants to push, but this is looking pretty good. He just got 2 recoilless rifles there, which is huge. The smoke should be coming in soon. That's a Nighthawk. Is it going on the mortars? It's not going on, eh? If he got to there without dying, you should just T-click that, right? And then you get 2 mortars there. Or the howitzer that just fired, but yeah, this is like the tracked rapier, because it's not got radar. The air optics are terrible. It can't actually see this. So yeah, he was... okay. I guess you can't see these because they're not engaged. But yeah, these are actually the wrong thing to buy, because you only really need them to kill this. The Challenger is like the worst anti-infantry tank in the game for the price. Because it's only got 1 MG, and it's an MMG, and the fire rate's really low. Like, even the Chieftain has 2 MMGs. You could say, like, you know, this gun is worse or whatever, but I mean, for the price, like, it's a 260 point tank. It's bloody terrible against inf. It should cost less. It's just the div, because it, like, especially this Mark III thing, it only comes in this div, and this div in general is actually strong. Like, I'd say it's A+. I wouldn't say it's S, because it has some significant weaknesses. S tier divs basically just do everything. That's why they're, you know, strong all the time. But yeah, because of that, this, like, in isolation is just kind of weak, which is a shame, really. Meanwhile, you've got things like the T80BV IST. This is a very aesthetic attack. I do like this. You got the smoke and stuff. People keep asking me for a guide for smoke. It's just, I struggle to find, like, really, really good examples. I know all the theory, right? And I explain that within videos like this, right? If you have lots of ATGMs, you should really be smoking. If you have, if you don't, then you should be smoking, right? You want to smoke the enemy ATGMs. You want to not, or you want to section off the enemy, right? So let's say you've got this. You would smoke, yes, here and here, and then yes, you would leave this open. And maybe smoke back here, because there should really be an ATGM here and one here. So, like, maybe smoke that, and maybe smoke, you know, this. But then you leave this open so that your fire support can shoot, and that's what he's doing, so it's really good. Really good to see. Because, yeah, you want to use your armor. But it's hard because one ATGM knocks out one tank, basically, so just like real life, I suppose, right? So you gotta deal with the ATGMs by airstriking them. Or what you do is you declare a ceasefire and you just keep bombing them. That's a really good tactic I've seen used a lot by a certain country. Seems to be working out quite well, but you say, guys, it's ceasefire time, right? Red, it's ceasefire, you're not allowed to shoot anymore. And then you just keep shooting them, but they can't shoot you because of, what, international pressure or something? Anyway, so he gets the CV in. And yeah, the tornadoes, like, these just never seem to be there before the bombs hit. They come out afterwards. What's going on there? Did he not see this? What? How is that not dead? Oh, wait, I think the bomb landed next to it. So yeah, the tornadoes go down due to, I've got to tell you, some pretty piss-poor micro. You should have basically just shot and then just killed them round and come in again. But there's a lot to pay attention to here, so you do tend to make a lot of mistakes. That was good, he got the chieftain, which is, it's a big problem here. Needs to evac that. What you can do if, you know, you're paying too much attention is you can actually do Shift V, so you can right-click Shift V and it will auto evac after, you know, after it's dropped the bombs, basically. Or after the target's died. I need to check that. It does help in certain situations. If you're microing lots of units, it's better than it just not evacing and then flying over the enemy AA over here somewhere and dying, like that fire did. So, this guy's got no rounds left, so all he could do really is mark targets. I thought that was how I was around there. That's the... Do you hear that sound? That's the sound of the best tank in the world represented in a French video game. Sounds like somebody farting as it fires its weapon. The point I was making is the T80BV IST 79 gets extra availability for the veterancy, which is nonsensical because it's like a way better tank. It's only in 79Y, but 79Y is an S-tier div, so it's tough, man. A lot goes into it, and there's a lot I can't talk about. There's a lot of politics, basically. It's very frustrating. But this game's really cool. I mean, this was actually a successful armoured attack into a town. Like, look, he's doing the smoking thing. He's smoking the ATGMs. Like, that, yes, there do tends to be ATGMs there. It has fired, so that's why he's doing it. I'm not sure if this actually works, though, because, like, basically you would have to smoke here and not there. Oh, he's just howitzed it. But because the the smoke clips through the building and just falls at the bottom. So it doesn't actually block the LOS. So it's like, well, Hippie, you should make a smoke guide. So, on the side armor, this thing will actually kill that. As you can see, it already lost most of its HP. But yeah, the Nighthawk is mainly for those challenges. For whatever reason... Oh, I know what happened there. The howitzer, right? If it runs out of ammo and you keep T-clicking, it's like, I'm out of ammo on the main gun, but I've been told to attack this target by my commander. Well, I have a HMG, and it will just run up to the enemy and try and shoot him with the HMG. So you gotta watch out for that. You can switch the HMG off. The disadvantage of that, of course, is some flipping UAZ SPG-9 comes over here, then you're gonna have a bit of an issue. But yeah, this is cool. I mean, Blue, he's getting in. There was, I think, a similar attack over here, because I saw a P4 PC die, but I missed it. Sorry, too busy yapping. But yeah, I think if the first UK player sort of holds his cool, which he has done, then eventually, yeah, Berlin Command should just kind of run out of armoured stuff, and then he's just relegated to just infantry smoke cheese. Well, I don't really see it as cheese. I mean, that's like literally the only way an infantry div can win, but things I don't like are cheese. So those like side shots there, disadvantage was sending a meep in there. He really wanted that Sultan gun. I mean, he's playing for a draw now, right? So if the game ends without this guy getting an extra 45 points, then it'll be a draw. So it's obviously, you have to do things like that. So look, he's just flinging in whatever he can. Both sides are, really. Another CV coming in, and then these guys presumably... Oh, I wouldn't send both. Don't send both. Oh, I suppose there's one here, which is there for whatever reason. But, like, if you send all the CVs from here over here, and then the enemy just fires a bunch of smoke in here and drives something in... Oh, I've had that happen to me so many times. It's obviously not great. So, but yeah, great smoke play. And, yeah, like the Bombers have done good work for both teams. Like both these Nighthawks are still alive, which is... Like, one of them definitely should have died, but... yeah. So, that's dead. Smoke. It's so hard to pay attention in this kind of situation to everything that's going on. It's very hard to concentrate on this for 40 minutes and just not make any mistakes. The way you get around it is just one general practice. Actually, the first one is general health. Like, if you want to... There's a good snipe on that. There is another one coming this way, though, so... Like, that's a big thing people don't really consider. You want to be good at video games, and ironically, you should be a healthy person. If you've not had enough sleep, you're going to play worse, right? If you're ill, you're going to play worse. If you don't exercise and you've just got no energy all the time, and, you know, you're in poor health, you will play worse. It does matter, so you should try and live a healthy lifestyle so you can be better at Warno, among other reasons. So these rifles only have an M72 law. These have 4 armor, so I think he has to hit it twice to kill it. Thing. Hopefully he hits it. A side shot will probably kill. Actually, no, they've got 4 side armor. It might even be 3 hits. What did that do? Like 3 or 4 damage there? I couldn't really see. There you go. 6. Okay. But yeah, looks like he. I mean, it's just so close. So look, he's just fast moving this down there. But, oh no, he needs to smoke it because. I mean, this is out of ammo, but this guy he's only got 1 HP. And then they need to, like, you could just swing this, right? These hell arms he could swing around. But yeah, the late game kind of absolute shitfest is always funny to watch. This is not on an attack move order, so it's not going to do anything. Oh, but then these guys shoot that in the back. Was it a draw? What? Oh my gosh. You was 1 point off a win. 246 to 147. He was 1 point off a win. That's hilarious. I mean, that's obviously if I was in his position, I'd be pretty upset. But as a viewer, that's very funny. So both these guys pretty good, right? Rank 400, okay. Rank 100, bit better. Um, I thought it was a good game. 1 point off a win. And because of that, his rank's going to go down. Because if you draw against somebody who has lower elo than you, the system's like, well, you should have beaten him, really. So you lose elo and he gains elo. So, oof. Very entertaining game, though. I'm sorry I just kind of went on a bunch of random tangents. I'm a bit tired. Anyway, see you around, GG.